Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool. Well, Ratchet Knob has updated their ratchet knob. Now, about 7 or 8 months ago, I did a video on these when they came out. This was a kind of a game-changing accessory that you drop onto your Milwaukee or Snap-on battery-powered ratchets. And what this does is it allows you to easily, one finger even, adjust the direction that the ratchet's going. But it also can save you if you happen to back up the ratchet, into a corner and then you're sort of stuck. We'll talk about that in a sec. But first of all, a couple of changes. One, these are now 100% made in America. That's where they are machined. That's where they are anodized. That is where they are packaged, and they are sent all over the U.S. And now you can also get them in Canada. I have a lot of viewers that talk about not being able to get things in Canada or in England or something. Apparently they ship to Canada. They're working now on how to ship to a greater area. So they also improved the magnets significantly. So here's a little test. This little guy here, is this a new one or an old one? Well, the way you can tell is by putting it in this case on, say, this Snap-on pry bar. What about this one? Is this the new one or the old one? Well, look at that. Look at that. You can pick that thing up right there. That's how you know that it's a new one. They've cleaned up the tolerances a little bit better. They're just, it took a great see all my fingers there. Took a great product and made it even better. Now here's an example of this thing and why this can be important. So first of all, some people were saying they might flip off at high speeds, hence the stronger magnets. It also helps if you clean the surfaces. You might see some oil or something still on this one, but it allows you to flip it. See that? Just that easy. I'm just using my thumb to turn the ratchet. I don't have to, line up and pinch and, go through that mess, which seemed primitive, but also very, very stout. It's a very solid design, which is important in a battery-powered ratchet like this. But the other thing is, here's what can happen. Set up a little example here. So imagine you've got this bolt you're trying to get out, and you put your ratchet in there. Let me get that lined up here. And you back it out. Oops, you're up against the wall. So all you got to do is, go forward. Well, without the ratchet knob, what you're up against is well, you're kind of stuck. Now, this does turn. Now, I've heard some people say, well, just turn it. Maybe you can get a little bit of play in there, but it kind of depends. And it doesn't ratchet. The ratchet is a mechanism inside here. You can't just ratchet it this way. So people have gotten really stuck when they've backed things up. Now, if you have the ratchet knob on there, no problem. You can just reach in there. Maybe you can get it with a finger. Maybe you use something else and you just reverse it and then go back home and maybe grab a wrench. Something, because you can now get this thing out. So that is one of, to me, the biggest lifesaver of these things. Plus it just makes it so simple, to work and flip this back and forth, back and forth. So they've got them a couple of different sizes. There are 3 versions as far as I can tell. There are the version for this Milwaukee ratchet head, which is recessed and in that shape. Then there is this one. This is on the little bit larger head and the elongated or long reach head. And that takes a bigger one because it's a bigger head. So you can see which one do I have here. That is obviously the new one, so I drop that on, and you can see I can easily flip that back and forth, back and forth. If it flies off, you got another problem, so figure that out. And then they also have one for the Snap-on. And the snap-on is the same price as the two Milwaukee ones, and apparently they're also working on a DeWalt one as well. So anyway, there it is. There is the new updated ratchet knob. Well worth the 15 bucks to get that kind of performance, and a much stronger magnet, as I showed you here. Anyway, if you've got questions, contact Ratchet Knob. If you got comments, stories about getting yourself wedged into corners with some of these automatic tools, it happens, and it can be a mess. How did you get out? Are there solutions? Could you reach inside there and try to turn this? I don't know, maybe you could hook the battery up backwards or something, I'm not sure. But anyway, share those stories as well, because that is a thing. And with that, Doc out.